Obviously, me and you have been around Floyd Mayweather quite a bit. It was announced a couple of weeks ago that Floyd Mayweather and Conor Mcgregor are finally going to get it on. The question that everybody asks is, we know the money they're going to make. Is it good for boxing?
The fact that they're going to make money in itself, where's that money going to come from? Boxing fans. This means that obviously boxing fans are paying to see them fight. So even though you get a few people moaning and complaining, the fight's only going to sell because of the boxing fans. If this fight wasn't good for boxing, then the boxing public wouldn't be putting all that money to all the tickets, the flights, and wanting to go there. So the fight wouldn't be such an attraction if it wasn't good for boxing. And I believe it's a good thing for boxing because it's a good thing for boxing. It's a big fight. Any big fight is good for for boxing. It puts boxing on the map. And you know, even though Conor McGregor hasn't had any fight, it's an event. It's a good event. And you know, this is what makes our game. This is what makes our game. It's like when Andy Joshua fights. It's not just a fight. It's an event. Even though we all know Floyd's going to win, I know 100% that Floyd's going to win. I will still watch that fight. I will still have to, even if I had to pay, I'll still pay to watch that fight. Because when Floyd fights, it's a work of art. Whenever Floyd fights, I look at him in admiration. When he fought Andre Berto, I thought that was going to be his last fight. I sat down and I watched it back, admiring his work. It's like a work of art, and we get to see him again. What can I do but just be happy?
Floyd Mayweather, we know how big he is in boxing. Conor McGregor is a huge attraction in MMA. With Floyd being retired and coming back, who is the bigger name at this moment?
Floyd's always going to be a bigger name. Floyd's the bigger name by far. Even though he's retired and he's come back, he's still a bigger name. Floyd's a much more bigger name than Conor McGregor. If Floyd was to fight anyone, the fight would sell. If Conor was to fight anyone, the fight would sell, but not as much. So I believe Floyd's a much more bigger name. Floyd's a much. That's what I believe. I don't know what the numbers are and all that stuff are saying, but in my opinion, Floyd's a much more bigger name. Conor's a big name, but when both of them names rub, it makes something even bigger. Floyd could rub with, let's say Floyd for Pacquiao again. It'll be a big fight, but not as big as this fight. So I reckon it's not just the one of them, it's the two of them. Once those names mix, it creates something.
You say you give Floyd 100% will win, but do you give Conor any chance, a puncher's chance?
Nah, give him a puncher's chance. Okay, let's look at Shane Mosley when Shane Mosley fought Floyd. Shane Mosley hits a lot harder than what Conor hits in a boxing ring. In that MMA stuff, that's all different. Boxing, you got certain skills, certain technique, there's a way to punch. Conor's gonna be in camp, even if he was in camp for 6 months, even let's say he's been boxing for 6 months, he's not gonna master the game. Shane Mosley had a good amateur boxing career and a good boxing career as a pro. He caught Floyd flush in the chin twice. Floyd didn't go down. He was a bit hurt, a little bit shaken. He didn't go down. So why are we giving Conor any chance? He's got no chance against Floyd. He could hit Floyd 100 times, clean on the chin.
He's that age okay against Floyd? Do you think that 40?
Nah, Floyd's still fit. Like, you look at his shape. I've watched him on his Instagram, the video of him on the bags. Look at the shape of him. That's how we know. Even though Floyd hasn't fought, he's been in the gym keeping fit. He's been in the gym keeping fit, and his age ain't gonna. It might work against him a little bit, but he's still levels above Conor McGregor.